Palin is going to be on Hannity's program, and they're going to be just outraged at all the different insults that Sarah Palin has had to endure. Although I did enjoy part of this clip where Hannity keeps listing all of that things said about Palin, and Palin has to just sit there with an awkward smile on her face. Yeah, they called me all those things. So let's go to clip number 7.
Governor, you have been attacked for the clothes you wear. Your family has been attacked. Your intelligence has been questioned. Your governance has been questioned. Your motivations have been questioned. But I'll be honest, I don't think things have gotten this bad in terms of the attacks on you. And this is just the last week. I've asked you about different instances in the past. The president recently took a shot at you about the arms control issue. You have Joe Klein, prominent writer, prominent news magazine, actually saying that you were rubbing right up to being close to seditious from Time magazine, Joe Klein. You have Representative Grayson. Governor Palin is trying to make fascism fashionable. And James Carville, Palin is a reptile, but only he would know. Look, I know you're used to the attacks. Seditious? That is a serious charge. And I wanted to give you an opportunity. Grayson, fascism, fashionable. These attacks now are crossing a line in my mind, and I wanted to get your reaction.
Yeah, what a piece of work that Mr. Klein is for the piece that he wrote. That is something else. You know, you would hope that the powers that be at a quote-unquote reputable organization like Time magazine, that they would hold their employee, and I assume that Mr. Klein gets paid for the columns that he writes, that they would hold their employee accountable and they would actually ask him, what is it that I or others in the conservative movement have said that would rise to the level of this inciting of violence and revolt and all these other things that evidently he claims. For them to allow things like that to be printed just really discredits Time magazine and other organizations that would allow that kind of rhetoric and false reporting, misreporting, their lies.
I don't know what would make them think that we were urging people to be violent. Maybe it was my Facebook posting where I told people to reload after health care. Maybe it was my website that had Democratic districts with a rifle scope on it. Maybe it was my friend Michelle Bachmann that I have done a couple of appearances with, saying that every once in a while we need a revolution in this country, as Thomas Jefferson said, and telling her followers to grab their guns. Maybe it was all that. Maybe it was Glenn Beck saying in front of a crowd in Texas that, hey, maybe Texas should secede. Does that sound seditious? Maybe it was all of their anti-government talk. The government is the enemy. The government is the worst. You should fear the government. The government is coming for you. Maybe it was that. But, you know, you put all that aside, and I don't know if any of that amounts to being seditious. I think that's a heavy charge, and I probably wouldn't go there, okay? But Fox News is complaining? Fox News, the guys who said during the Bush administration over and over again, oh, they don't support our government, they don't support the president, they don't support the troops. These people are un-American. And now they're crying over the word seditious? And how about fascism? They said, can you believe they alluded that you might be bordering on fascist? How about Glenn Beck, who calls the president fascist every single day on your network? How about that? Nah, Hannity conveniently leaves that aside and says, I think they're crossing a line. Oh, do you? Okay. And then finally, I love Sarah Palin being outraged that how could they charge me with all these things? When she says in nearly every speech, Obama, who pals around with terrorists. And Obama, who she said was, quote, un-American. But how dare they accuse her of being un-American or encouraging violence? No, only she's allowed to do that. Only Fox News is allowed to do that. You guys better behave. It makes no sense, but it doesn't have to. It's Fox News.